Hey, it's Big Game James McCarty, Sports Director at Flight Family Media, here with the Dragon men's basketball head coach, Tim Bergstraser. Coach, you don't care about it. I do, though. You guys are number 6 in the country this week. You were at 3 at one point. You fell down to, I believe, 9th at one point. How cool is it, though, to have that respect early on in the season and to be able to be hovering in those top handful of teams in the country?
Yeah, it's cool. I'll always say the same comment on it. It's awesome to see your team nationally recognized. I think that's a big deal. But it's always going to come down to, obviously, if you're winning games, that helps against D2 opponents as well. But it's big time with reputation, and that's credit to all the alumni that came before me being a head coach here, Walfall, and what he all did. So there's just the reputation. We've done some great things over the last decade and more than that. So I think that helps out a lot. But we all know how it goes. It puts a massive target on your back, and everybody's going to give you their best shot. They're going to play better than maybe they usually do, and they're going to have a lot more effort and energy. So I'm not going to say it's exhausting, because we're competitors and we should love what we're doing. So I mean, it shouldn't matter. We should be showing up and ready to compete no matter what the stakes are.
You opened up conference play last weekend, a home game against Northern State. You guys looked comfortable and in control for that entire game. I mean, you were up 20 points before Cobb decided to put the ball through the cylinder. I thought that was pretty impressive. And then on Saturday, you had that road game against Mary. It looked like you guys labored in the first half. You were fighting through some physicality, but you figured things out and ended up winning that game by 15. What were your overall assessments of opening weekend in conference play?
Yeah, well, anybody can beat anybody. I'll just say that. I think this year is going to be absolutely wild for the NSIC. I think it's wide open. There's a lot of good basketball teams, well balanced, a lot of new faces as well. But it's so that's got to be our mindset. Like if we're not ready to show up and compete, even if you do play really well, you can end up losing. So that's up to us to make sure we approach that the right way. But going against Northern at home, it was just nice to be back home. We're back on the road for 2 more this weekend. But playing at home was nice. Our guys were excited. You could tell they were jacked up. There was a long November away. I thought our guys executed the game plan tremendously. They're very locked into what we wanted them to do, what we believe that would help us out. So I was proud of them on that one. And we're just playing team basketball, and I think we could be a good team defensively, and that's who I am in the core. I love scoring the ball, don't get me wrong, but I'm a defense and a rebounding kind of guy. So I think our guys did a great job on that. And then anytime you can win on the road, you take it and run. It don't matter who you're playing, man. It's always going to be tough, and especially at Mary. I mean, I've known that as a player, ever playing at SCSU back in the day. It's very difficult. They play really well at home. Some shots weren't falling for us. We were making some goofy mistakes, a little too many in my opinion. And Mary was playing well. I mean, they were guarding us, and they were hitting some very tough shots. I thought defensively we were forcing them into tough looks, and they were just being basketball players and making them. And our guys responded well the second half. After a friendly conversation at halftime, and I thought our guys responded well, and we executed playing a lot better.
You brought in a handful of new guys this year, whether you look at a couple transfers or even, I assume every year you're going to have the freshman class redshirt. You got this guy by the name of NSIC who has forced you guys to make him play and insert him into the starting lineup. It feels as though he's maturing really well from my perspective. He didn't score in the first half against Mary. He scored double figures in the second half. Between Wysocki and the other 3 transfer you guys have in, what has it been like integrating those guys into this program?
Yeah, well, Sean, he's such a confident young man, and yeah, we love to redshirt a freshman if possible. Logan Kinsey's an example too. It was hard to redshirt Logan. He's a dang good basketball player, and I think Sean's he is in that same boat, same scenario, and he was just playing so well in preseason. He has so much energy, so much activity. He just gets stuff done, and he understands his role. And he's a good, 6'6", maybe even near 6'7", long, athletic, mobile. I mean, you could usually find yourself on the court at some point doing that kind of stuff. But I'm proud of him just for how confident he is. That's not easy for a freshman to do what he's doing. And we believe that his best basketball is ahead of him. And, he's going to have some ups and downs, but it's up to us to coach him up along the way. And it's, I love our new faces in our program. It's a lot of really high quality, high character people. They love basketball. They're competing. You could tell they just enjoy being around each other. So for me as a coach, we've been fortunate enough to win so far. And when you have guys that love competing and playing with each other, I mean, that's a pretty fun combination. So, I'm very grateful for that. I think we did a good job of, assembling this roster.
Now looking ahead to this weekend, you go back home. You guys are going to square off with St. Cloud State Friday, and then Saturday you're in Bemidji. That is a tough environment to play. It feels like it's a really stretched out gym, in my opinion, just wide open, and you're miles away from the ceiling in there. What needs to happen to be successful, though, in another weekend of conference play?
We just got to carry stuff over here and keep finding ways to improve on what we need to fix. And it's always going to come down to bringing energy and defending and rebounding, bringing energy and executing a game plan. And anytime you're playing on the road in the league, like I've already stated, it's a tough task no matter who you're playing. Both teams are very scrappy. Going into Friday, I'm obviously looking forward to going back home. I'll have a good chunk of family and friends there, and that's obviously a soft spot for me. I had a lot of fun there as a player. Yeah, they're a very, very scrappy basketball team. They play extremely hard. If we're not ready to go, if it takes us some time, it could be an ugly basketball game. Because they're definitely going to come. They're going to try to hit us in the mouth right away and compete. So those are games I love playing. Don't get me wrong. But I think our mindset this week has been really good. I think we're locked in. And then going into back-to-backs, those are always tough no matter where you're at. And at Bemidji, they're a high offensive scoring team. They've been battling some injuries, but again, they're a team ever since I was a player and as a coach as I've been here. At Bemidji is brutal. Every game is so stinking hard, and it's never going to be easy. So we're just going to worry about a great prep today, focus on doing what we can to beat St. Cloud on Friday, and that's going to be a good one. Then we'll worry about Saturday, but it's going to be a tough weekend, that's for dang sure.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thanks for coming your time. I always appreciate it, and looking forward to this weekend. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm Big Game James McCarty alongside head coach Tim Bergstraser for the Dragon men's basketball program. Have a great rest of your day.